If you're a PI attorney and you've spent money on SEO and have little to show for it, it's probably not because SEO doesn't work. It's because your site's making the same handful of mistakes I see across almost every PI firm's website. In this video, I'll walk you through the most common PI SEO mistakes, what that's actually costing you, and how you can fix these if you actually want to get signed cases from Google. So this video is for personal injury firms who want SEO to be an actual source of cases for their firm, not just another line item on their invoice. We're going to cover money page mistakes that kill rankings and conversions, content mistakes that waste time and AI credits, local and mobile mistakes that kill conversions and make you invisible in mobile, strategy mistakes that makes firms quit right before it compounds. And at the end, I'll show you how you can get a free PI SEO snapshot where I'll go over all these things on your website and show you what you need to fix. So, mistake number 1, blogging instead of focusing on the money pages. This is the biggest one. Firms crank out blogs every single month, but their actual money pages where the conversions are going to come from are weak. Now, to be clear, the money pages are your service pages. So things like car accident lawyer in city, truck accident lawyer, rideshare accident lawyer, things like that. Those are what we refer to as money pages. The most common problems I see on PI money pages are no clear H1 headline, or a H1 headline that isn't optimized properly and just says something like car accidents, weak or short content, or completely irrelevant or mismatched content to the search intent, and I'll go into that in a second. Meta titles that don't include the keywords that they're trying to go after, for example, car accident attorney in city, or they read like generic info pages rather than a page that's selling your service and why they should hire you. Now, here's a classic example of a money page that hasn't been optimized correctly. So what they do have is they have the headline, which at least says Dallas car accident lawyers. But if we scroll down and take a look at this page, this looks like a blog post. All of the subheadings basically are, do I need an accident lawyer after my car accident? Can I afford an accident lawyer? What is my car accident claim worth? What should I do if insurance companies ask for a statement? What might be responsible? What should I do after an accident? Do I need a report? You see what I'm saying? These are all questions people ask after a car accident. While these would make excellent topics for blog posts that they should be posting as individual posts on the site, the main page should be solely focused on promoting your services and explaining why they should call you versus another attorney. So things like what services you offer, how specifically you can help them, what you do better, your reviews, proof, things like that should be on this page and clear CTAs, not informational content like this. And then when we scroll down to the bottom, there's not even a call to action here and basically no very obvious way to contact them. You actually have to kind of look for it. The little phone number here or the one in the header, etc. So it doesn't tell you what they want you to do or to contact them either. And you could see the issue here, why people would drop off from this page and are very likely to go to a different one. So here's a couple of fixes that you should focus on right away when it comes to these. You want to select 1 to 2 of your absolute main pages that you want to focus on and start with those and make sure that those pages are the clearest, deepest, and most helpful resource on the market for this specific topic. Focus on the commercial intent on these pages and converting people into actually becoming leads for your firm. And then you want to worry about blogs once you've optimized these pages. Now, this goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier with the example I showed, but one of the biggest mistakes when it comes to these money pages is treating them like a blog post or an informational post. That's not the purpose of these pages. Now, a common trend I see with these is big walls of text, not much structure to the content, or it's not a flowing narrative, or it's not essentially a story. It's just topic, basically like the example I showed you, which was just question, doesn't really flow in any way. There's no call to action. For example, call us now to get XYZ, free consultation, whatever, or form to fill out. There's no clear what do I do now. It doesn't tell the user what to do specifically. Now, the thing you have to remember about these pages is these are the pages that the people who are very close to hiring a lawyer are going to see. So you need to use it to tip them over the edge, not start dumping a bunch of random information on them that they probably don't even need to know right now. Keep this in mind. A couple of quick fixes. Firstly, keep these money pages focused on what you do, who you help, what to do next, and proof of what you're saying. And then use separate content for the informational stuff. So your blogs should be the informational content. What do I do after a car accident? How much is this going to cost? Do I need to call a lawyer? Things like that. Those should all be informational blog posts on a separate post entirely. And then link those blogs back to the money page to help support that page as an overall topic. Mistake number 3, no CTAs or making it very hard to contact. So even if the content is decent, if it's hard to contact you, you're going to lose cases. And what I mean by make it hard to contact you is things like no clear visible phone number, no form on the page, the call to actions are buried or not even on the page at all. There's no clear offer on the page like free consultation or what you get if you contact them, who you're going to be speaking to as well as another one. Basically, if somebody has to look for a way to get in contact with you, you're almost guaranteed to lose them. They're just going to go back, click the next result, call the next firm whose phone number is obvious. Now here's a good example and a bad example of this. So the one I showed you already, this one is a clear example of how not to do CTAs. There's basically no CTAs on this page. There's no contact form. The phone number, there's only one in the heading, and they're both quite small. It doesn't tell you to call them. It's not obvious what it wants you to do. So this is an example of how not to do it. And a better example of how to do it is this one here, where they've got a clear phone number. They've got the form right here. It's pretty obvious how you contact them. As you scroll, this stays there and it's still in your face and obvious. There's the orange chat here as well. There's also text us. You don't necessarily have to go this hard. I'm a big believer in keeping it simple, but clear. And this one is definitely clear. You know how to contact these guys. So this is the kind of thing you want to be aiming for. So a couple of quick fixes for this. On every single of your money pages, especially on mobile, you should have a big click to call button that's always visible on the screen. You should have a short form on every page that just has name, email, phone number, and maybe a brief description. And like I said, you can have a sticky bar or sticky button on the mobile as long as it doesn't cover anything important on the screen. Now, mistake number 4, misusing content and AI. So I see the same content problems over and over again. The same generic blog posts like what to do after a car accident that are clearly just spat out from AI and are not specific to any specific state or city. Not using the blogs to build up authority in one key area. So for example, just car accidents or just motorcycle accidents, but rather they're scattershot across lots of different topics within PI. Spreading themselves thin across every possible topic in PI rather than just focusing and dominating one specific area first. Firing up AI and just asking it to pump out 50 articles with no editing and no supervision whatsoever and just blasting them out on the site. So what you end up with is a pile of thin generic posts, no clear topical cluster, and often worse performance after Google filters out the junk. So a couple of quick fixes for this. Pick one PI area that you want to focus on initially. Answer real questions that you hear from clients or that you see people are asking online. You can use AI to draft it, but you want to edit it, personalize it, and localize it to your area. And then every piece needs to link back to the key money page that it's supposed to be supporting. Now, mistake number 5 is ignoring mobile user experience. It's absolutely non-negotiable to have mobile optimized websites at this point, as 60% or more of internet traffic is now mobile, and Google prioritizes mobile first indexing and uses that to rank your site. So if your mobile site's bad, you're not going to do well. The problem is that while most PI traffic is mobile, the websites are clearly designed for desktop. And you can see this when you go on mobile with the same key mistakes, including tiny fonts that are hard to read, buttons that are too small to click or are non-existent at all, menus that cover up half the screen, key information that's below the fold or buried deep down in the page. If it's annoying for people to use or read on the phone, they're just going to bounce and go to the next website. Here's a key example of a website that has not been well optimized for mobile. You can see here that this part above the heading takes up a good chunk of the screen for no reason. There's a tiny call button in the top right corner that disappears as soon as you start scrolling. And then as we go down, there are no buttons for calling or contacting them anywhere on this page. So you would have to just keep scrolling. And by the time you've read a bit, you've forgotten where the button is. And now imagine you're trying to find it. You can't even find it. And then there is a form here, but it doesn't stand out. It's kind of buried with the colors and it's very easy to scroll past. And you had to scroll all the way down to the bottom to even get there. So this is an example of just lots of text. It's kind of small. It's going to be a bit hard to read, especially with these big chunks as it is. And people are just going to leave. It's just too hard to read it. So that's an example of what you shouldn't do. Now, a couple of quick fixes for your mobile site. So what you want to do is 1, always look at your money pages on your own phone and make sure that the font is actually legible and easy to read. The CTA is always visible without having to scroll. The forms are actually easy to fill out and they actually work on mobile, and that there's no pop-ups blocking any of the content. Now, mistake number 6, a weak Google business profile and reviews. So the common issues that I see with the Google business profile all the time. It's poorly optimized. It's in the wrong category. It's got a poor description. There's only old photos and only a couple of them. Very few reviews and none that mention the particular type of practice areas or the city that they practice in. What you have to remember is for PI searches, the map pack is where a bunch of the calls come from. So you need to optimize your profile to capture those. If your Google business profile is weak, your SEO is handicapped before you've even started working on the site. So a couple of key fixes that you need to do for the Google business profile. Make sure that you select your primary category as personal injury attorney, not just attorney. Make sure to complete every section of the profile that you can. Add some good, real photos that are recent. Actively ask your happy clients to leave reviews and make it super easy for them to leave them. So send them the link that goes directly to the Google profile where they can leave the review and things like that. Draft them a template, whatever you need to do to make it super easy for them to leave the review. Now, the final mistake, number 7, which is quitting before all the SEO results have compounded. A lot of PI firms pull the plug way too early on SEO. They'll do SEO for like 6 months. The content and links that have been built just start to register. and get indexed by Google. The rankings start itching up, but the phones are not exploding just yet. Then they cancel it and conclude that SEO doesn't work. In PI, especially in competitive markets like LA or New York, SEO is a 12 to 24 month compounding play if you do it right. Over that time, you'll build pages, content, links, and local signals, and those layers will start to stack up. Unfortunately, most firms bail right before the payoff. To recap this video, the most common SEO mistakes are obsessing over blogs while money pages are weak, turning their money pages into vague info articles, no clear CTA and hard to use contact options, generic, unedited AI content that never builds authority, spreading thin content across every PI topic instead of going deep, bad mobile experience, weak Google business profile and only a few reviews, and quitting right before it compounds. Now, if you want to know which of these mistakes is holding your firm's SEO back, I offer a free PI SEO Growth Snapshot where I will review your key money pages, all your content, your mobile user experience, and everything else on your site. Check your Google business profile, your reviews, your description, things like that. Look at where you do and don't show up in the searches, and then send you a short video showing what 3 to 5 fixes that I would prioritize in the next 90 days. If you want to get that, the link is in the description below and in the pinned comment. Click that, fill out that short form with your details, and I'll shoot that over to you. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this one. See you on the next one.